Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we'll be doing MCU tier list phase 1 to 4. And yes, I did do this, I think maybe, 2 weeks ago? But I have had the biggest change in opinion ever. Also, you guys voted for this over the J-Chords. I mean, you guys voted for it, not me. So yeah, today we'll be doing the MCU tier list once more, and a lot of things have changed. Some for the good, some not so much. We're just gonna get straight in with Iron Man. Iron Man kicked off the MCU with one of the best comic book movies of all time. I think this is the most easy decision I've ever had to make. S tier. It is by far S tier. You cannot persuade me. It is so good. Though I do think it is a bit overrated because it's not rewatchable. It is still an amazing film. Definitely deserves to be in the top 10. The Incredible Hulk is, do I even need to explain? Get in thy bin. Come on. It was so bad. It was so cheesy. It was so, the fight scenes weren't even that good. Listen, people say the only good thing with the fight scenes, they were not good. Also, come on, the acting, not great. Iron Man 2, I never really made an opinion on this movie. I either hate it or dislike it. I think I'm gonna go D tier. Yeah, D tier, but we might pivot. Yeah. 4, I think is overrated. It is hated. It isn't well received, but I honestly think it wasn't good. I think Love and Thunder was actually pretty better. I'm gonna put that. Yeah, I put it in the F tier. Attack me. Yeah, I don't need to explain. It's one of the best comic book movies of all time. Captain America: The First Avenger is a classic. It is so good. And I have considered to swap some stuff out of my top 5 MCU favorites for this movie. It is so good. Oh no. Here's where we get really controversial. The Avengers. The Avengers is a movie that I think is massively overrated. It is, oh my god, the best scene is the last scene, and otherwise it's not even a great movie. C tier. It is C tier. The best scene is the last scene, which is one of the best comic book scenes of all time. I will stand by that. But, the rest of the movie, come on. It wasn't even that good. Compared to Infinity War, Endgame, I think even Age of Ultron was more entertaining. I'm not saying better, but more entertaining. Iron Man 3 is underrated, but I will say there are some stuff that I did not like with this. I do think it deserves a C tier because of that twist, but I will stand by that it is massively underrated. For the Dark World, I think it's overhated a little bit, but for the most part, it does deserve some of the hate. The villain was terrible. Yeah, it definitely did. You guys got some stuff if you hate this movie. I can agree, but I think it's not as bad as The Incredible Hulk. Also, by the way, we made a little F. That's kind of weird. Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Okay, so I've stood by The First Avenger is the best Captain America movie. And I'll stand by it. I'll stand by it for all time. But I think I'd be lying to you if I said that this movie didn't have some of the best action scenes of all time. I think it has some of the best, suits, actions. Oh my god, this movie is incredible. S tier. Not my favorite in Captain America, but still great. Oh no. Guardians of the Galaxy. I've always never understood the hype with this one. 10 minutes in, I was already bored. And I just stood like that the entire movie. I just was bored. Like, the best scene, again, final scene, final battle. Like, come on. You gotta get some good scenes. The reason why I love No Way Home is because it had good scenes other than the final scene. If it didn't, it would probably be on the same tier as Avengers. I'm gonna put this in B because I do believe that overall it was a bit more fun than Avengers because, come on. Avengers Age of Ultron, it was a downgrade. It's more entertaining than the first one, just, it's a downgrade. I didn't really like what they did with the Avengers. I just found it boring, though I do stand by it being a bit more entertaining than the first one. I will stand by that, but it is overall not a great film. Ant-Man. I don't really remember this movie that much. Like, it is pretty forgettable, but I'm gonna say it deserves an A tier. Like, I used to love this movie. I remember just having so much fun with Ant-Man. I can't remember that because, like, it's just a forgettable one, in my opinion. The reason I love Ant-Man and the Wasp is because it's rewatchable. This one, in my opinion, isn't rewatchable, though I do stand by it being underrated. A tier, and if Quantumania said about it, it's the best in the Ant-Man trilogy. Civil War. So I've never really gotten the hype with Civil War until I've realized that this scene not only has one of the great final battles and the airport, some of the scenes in this were just great. Like, fine, I stand by it is overrated, but honestly, like, even not, I kind of always liked this movie, and I always had hype, so I was a bit disappointed, but it is amazing. In my opinion, the worst in the Captain America trilogy, but that just proves the Captain America trilogy is one of the best MCU trilogies. I think it will be a hard time for Guardians to beat. Doctor Strange is amazing, but a bit forgettable. So, you had on one side one of the best visually looking films, some of the best acting, some of the best fight scenes of the MCU, and on the other hand, you just had this forgettable villain. Yeah, a bit uneven. We're gonna go B tier. I think that's fair for Doctor Strange. But Guardians 2, how could this get worse? I think Guardians 2 is a B tier, and yes, I'm gonna say it, Guardians 2 is more entertaining than the first one. I stand by that. The first one is good, just not great, like you all praising it. No, it's not. It's not the best MCU project. Though I do have ginormous hopes for Volume 3. And the second one, it's just more entertaining, but it does take a little more of time to get used to. So I don't really know which one I prefer yet, though I bet I'm gonna prefer Guardians 3. Homecoming, I think, is a bit overrated, but it is one of the first comic book movies I saw, so I do have a massive soft spot for this movie. A tier. Having Iron Man in the Spider-Man movie was cool. Some of the amazing acting was just, like I said, amazing acting. Though MJ questionable. And Iron Boy Jr. definitely in this movie and Far From Home. And come on, just the poster, man. What is your advertising game? Thor Ragnarok, I think, is one of the best MCU projects, but I do have to say, I'm gonna move this movie down to S tier because of one reason, and one reason only, and that being its rewatchability factor. I'm gonna say it. The reason MCU movies are great are due to their rewatchability. That's why I like Doctor Strange 2 and Ant-Man a bit more, but not as much, because they're rewatchable. Ragnarok, I think watching it maybe 3 times would be good. I wouldn't watch it anymore. I've only seen this like 3 times. I don't think I'm ever going to rewatch it again. I might, but it is pretty forgettable. I'll probably watch it if 4 or 5 is confirmed. Hopefully it's better than Love and Thunder. Black Panther. I'm gonna say what I really think and prepare for the biggest hot take in the MCU. This movie is the most boring MCU movie. D tier for Black Panther. Honestly, I think it's just overrated. Like, Chadwick Boseman, amazing. One of the best cast choices. Like, come on, that was great. The advertisement, great. The idea, great. The execution, I guess, okay. But it is boring. I stand by it. I've only seen this movie once, and I fell asleep. Only movie I've ever fell asleep in. Like, come on. It's D tier if I fall asleep. Endgame, I'm gonna put this movie in God tier, but like for Ragnarok, in my opinion, it's not too rewatchable. Again, I have rewatched this a couple of times. I'm gonna rewatch it again, unlike Ragnarok. But I do have to say, it just, a lot of MCU projects don't age well. The reason I love No Way Home is because when you see the big scene, it's like you're back in the cinema. Sure, like, you know what I mean, right? Ant-Man 2. Ant-Man 2, in my opinion, was a bit of a downgrade, but still good. Scott Lang being dumb, no. Some of the acting wasn't great. The jokes were pretty good, I will say that. The fight scenes were good as always. Ghost is a bit forgettable, but overall it's just fine. Fine. Captain Marvel, I've never really understood the hateful, though I guess I will put it in D tier because it is one of the most forgettable MCU projects. And I will say, I am extremely hyped for the Marvels, but she isn't a likable character. I do stand by that. Endgame, I've recently just thought about this movie, and I'm gonna put it in God tier. Endgame is so good. It deservedly got fifth biggest movie grossing that time? I don't know. I don't care about Avatar. Yeah, it's just really good. I don't know why I preferred Ragnarok over this. This is just amazing. Far From Home, I think he really felt like Iron Boy Jr. And I'll be honest, I'd be lying to you if I said this is rewatchable. On my, third rewatch, I just couldn't sit through it, so I'm gonna put it in the B tier. Yeah, I put it in the A tier, but then I decided B tier. WandaVision, I think, is one of the best MCU projects we've gotten. But that finale, man. Excuse me. That finale. Just, oh my god, that was terrible. I just remember wanting to come with my parents and watch this, and they would say no, and then I would just somehow watch it. I don't know, man. I didn't know about that finale, but the build-up was so good. Falcon and Winter Soldier, I've always hated. And then I just think about Bucky, man. Bucky carried the show. Look, Sam Wilson, Captain America, listen, he'll do fine. The only character I cared about this was Bucky, because Bucky, in my opinion, is the most underrated character in the MCU. Definitely top 5 for me. I've just always loved Bucky. Bucky's so good. He carried the show. Sam Wilson was great. The villains were the worst villains in the MCU. But worse than Malekith, I've said that. Like, come on. They were terrible. Loki, I think, is overrated. B or C tier, though. Because it did have, some good stuff. I think episode 3 is fine, but, like, that's what all the episodes are to me. The best character was only in for 15 minutes. Yeah, definitely C tier. This show, like, how's it top 10 MCU? No, it's not. It's C tier. Black Widow, I think, was disappointing. Didn't really provide me substance. I didn't really care for any of the characters, because the main character in the movie is already dead. So, D tier. Yeesh. MCU, I just realized most of the movies are in D tier, so better start. What If? What If, I think, is underrated, but there were some really bad episodes. The 4th one, terrible. The Murder Mystery Vengeance, I just found that boring. And I will say the Captain Carter episode wasn't perfect, but it was entertaining. I will say that. I stand by that, and you can't change my mind. The Doctor Strange episode is one of the best episodes of every MCU show, but I think my favorite episode has to be T'Challa Star-Lord. Man, that episode was so good. It's definitely I think that episode might be the best episode of any MCU TV show. Yeah, it was that good. BTF for What If. Fair. Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi just blew me away. It was just so good. Shang-Chi, oh my god, that was just amazing. It is a bit forgettable, but Shang-Chi was just visually appealing. The final fight was awesome. I just feel like it's amazing, and yeah, I feel like there's nothing bad about this movie. The acting was great. Simu Liu is, in my opinion, the best casting. Look, Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, amazing, but I think Simu Liu as Shang-Chi, best casting of the MCU, though Tom Holland is my favorite actor. Eternals is overrated, but not great. CG for Eternals, it just didn't provide any substance, and I didn't really care for it. It's CTR. Not crazy, but not bad. Hawkeye, I'll say Hawkeye is, I have such fond memories of Hawkeye, but I can't put it in God tier anymore. I can't. It's not God tier for me. I feel like it's not rewatchable unless it's Christmas. So it just had some mistakes. I don't really understand. Anyway, yeah, definitely S tier for me because it is my favorite MCU show. But honestly, I can't put it in the God tier. I can't do that anymore. No Way Home. Yeah, I don't really need to say anything about this. You already know it's my favorite movie. Come on, it was so good. I had theories about other three Spider-Man. I was so pleased. You had no idea. This movie is just appealing. The reason it's not on the C tier is because the acting is great. Everything is just perfect with this movie. I can rant for 20 hours saying No Way Home is the best movie. If you would give me bad points, I would make them sound good because there's nothing bad about this movie in my mind. Amazing movie. Definitely God tier. Moon Knight, I think it was just it lost me and then regained me. I never understood it, so I'm gonna go A tier for Moon Knight. I was entertained, but that's it. Everything I was entertained. It's just entertaining. I can't say anything. I know I'm trying to tell you that Moon Knight is entertaining, but I feel like there's nothing amazing and nothing bad. Oscar Isaac, great cast. Bit boring on episodes 3 and 4. I had no, not episodes 3 and 4, episodes 4 and 5. I got completely swept out of the show, and then I decided I was gonna rewatch it, and I fell back in love. It just lost me and then regained me. So A tier for Moon Knight, but some of the episodes I'd skip. Doctor Strange, I'll stand by it being underrated, but it isn't top 5 MCU. It's underrated, but it's not that good. I don't know what the title is. That's just a big. Oh my god. Yeah. Wanda being a villain, you can say she's good. She is good. But I just don't understand the hype. It was fun, but that's it. Miss Marvel. I've never really. This show, man, I just never understood it. This show gets lost and then picks itself back up and has the best MCU finale. Like, say what you want about Moon Knight and Moon Knight being the best show. Like, Miss Marvel's great. Loki, best character 15 minutes. Like, guys, you gotta appreciate Miss Marvel more. But when it got lost, it got incredibly boring. I nearly decided to quit the show forever. But it did pick itself up and have the best MCU finale. Full Love and Thunder is a weird case because I used to love this movie so much, and then I rewatched it, and then Screaming Goats. Really? Cynthia. It's good. It's better than 4, 1, and 2. But that's it. Like, honestly, that's how I would put it. Like, if you want me to explain 4, 4 to you, it's just giving 4 a daughter or someone to take care of and killing off characters. Oh, and Korg is apparently might have a baby. I don't care. I would just say this movie is just meant to. I just realized this movie is a cash grab. Oh my god. I'm having some. I'm Groot. Listen, I'm Groot had no purpose. None. Absolutely none. But I will say, I did grin a lot. So, C tier, but it had no purpose. She-Hulk, I do hate this, but it's not as bad as the Incredible Hulk. It will go and get in the bin. But, F tier for She-Hulk. It's better than, I just saw 4-1 in that tier, and I couldn't, this show gotta go in front of 4-1. Wildfire 9, listen, you guys love this show, but if you were to tell me that this is amazing, I'd say to you, listen, this is good, but you gotta remember, there's Endgame, Infinity Wars, No Way Home, and you're putting this? Come on, it's CT, guys. It's great. It just, I don't think it's canon or something. Like, is it MCU? Can you call it MCU? It has no connection. It's like its own universe. Wakanda Forever, I think it was a big upgrade. It goes in the A tier. I think a bit long. Namor is, in my opinion, the best MCU villain. Like, Namor, honestly, I can rave about No Way Home, and then I can rave about Namor. Oh my god, Namor, so good. Or name, or whatever you call him. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, I put this on the C tier, but I realized it did have a point. Mantis and Star-Lord. Also, it is arguably the best. It is arguably the best time we've seen the Guardians. You can argue. I don't really care. It's gonna go up with the Guardians because the Guardians are currently just B. I do think Volume 3 is going to be amazing. Final ranking. So at the bottom of the MCU, we got Get in My Bin with Incredible Hulk. Then we're going to put 4-1 at the bottom. I think it's massively overrated even though it's hated. I'm going to put She-Hulk there. And for the Dark World at the bottom, at the top of the F tier. In the D tier, which is surprisingly longer than I thought, we're gonna have Black Widow staying where it is. Definitely terrible. Followed by Black Panther. I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier is worse. So then Black Panther, I think it's overrated. How did it get nominated for Best Picture? No. Then we're gonna have Iron Man 2, I think, and we're gonna leave the D tier like that. Captain Marvel, not rewatchable, not anything, it's not anything to me, I don't care. And then Avengers Age of Ultron, it was fine, it was a little entertaining, but that was it. In the C tier, we're gonna have Loki at the bottom, followed by Full Love and Thunder. The Avengers, yes, I put the Avengers down here. This is just so bad. Well, not bad, but like so overrated. Then we're gonna have I'm Groot and Werewolf by Night there. At the top of the C tier, we have Eternals. I think Eternals is arguably better than Iron Man 3. And then in the B tier, I think I'm gonna go with... We're gonna put What If, followed by Ant-Man. I just think it's better than people give credit for. And then we're gonna go with... Oh, this is tough. There's so much weird stuff. We're gonna go... I'm not gonna rank the Guardians movies yet. So we're just gonna go in release order. We're gonna have Miss Marvel looking good. Actually, Miss Marvel would go behind the Guardians trilogy. Yeah, and I think we're gonna leave the B tier as it is. The longest tier of the MCU. Mid. A tier, I think this is where it gets pretty good. We're gonna have Homecoming at the bottom. I think overrated, but still pretty good. Then we're gonna have... This is tough. These are all pretty good. We're gonna have Doctor Strange 2. We're gonna have WandaVision. And then we're gonna have... No, Moon Knight's worse than WandaVision. Just saw Moon Knight. Oh god, this is tough. We're gonna have... So... I'm gonna go Civil War. And then I'm gonna go Wakanda Forever at the top. In the S tier, these next two tiers are quite short, but I think we're gonna go maybe Ragnarok at the bottom now, because it's just not as great, but it is still amazing, just a little unrewatchable. Then we're gonna have Hawkeye. These two used to be in the God tier, just fell down a bit. I think we're gonna go Iron Man next. And I'm gonna change things up and go Winter Soldier. And I'm gonna put Winter Soldier in the S tier because of the fights. You just can't get them out of my head. So we're gonna go that. And we'll move Wakanda Forever up to the S tier if it is top 10. Then, this is where it gets tough. Again, we're leaving Captain America and the Winter Soldier in the number 5. I think I'm gonna go Shang-Chi. And then we're gonna go... I'm gonna go in Infinity War, because Endgame, it's just... Oh my god, it's a masterpiece. But I will have to give it number 2, because it's still no competition with No Way Home in the MCU. No Way Home is the best movie, in my opinion. So, thank you guys for watching. You are sick of me talking. 28 minutes. Oh my god. Longest video. This is my ranking of the MCU. Let me know yours in the comments below. Also, thank you for 200 subscribers. Oh my god. You don't know how much this means to me. So, I did recently hit 200 subscribers, but I've released some Total Drama content, and that has, like, oh my god, how many views does the Scary Girl one have? 32,000? Oh my god. You guys are just, thank you so much. And I do have some shout-outs I want to give, because these people are the OGs, but I will be giving a shout-out to one random subscriber. So look out for that. It could be you. So these shout-outs are Spinjitzu Edits, Pete and Hannah's Watchlist, I can't say this correctly, Himizi Lee, RRYT, and XMemeX. Those guys are the OGs. But I'm just beyond the moon, because you guys thank you so much for 200 subscribers. But you're sick of me talking. We gotta end this video, so I'm gonna say bye, but thank you. Okay, ready? Jake, out.